This is the APC-R Mini, and it will bring your live productions to a whole new level. Have you ever wondered how you could use your favorite cinema camera as a fully controlled remote PTZ camera for live production? Well, in this respect, 3 years ago we released the APC-R, which allows you to combine a DJI gimbal and a Blackmagic camera in a high-quality PTZ head. Thanks to your feedback, our software and firmware have improved, bringing new features and possibilities we have never imagined. It's been a great ride with the APC-R for the past 3 years, but there's always room for improvement, and it's time for a hardware refresh, so we're excited to introduce the APC-R Mini. The new APC-R Mini allows you to control 3-axis gimbals over Ethernet or Wi-Fi, transforming your gimbal into a serious alternative to a traditional PTZ head, strongly increasing your production value for live video work. It does share the same internal electronics and features as the APC-R, but has a completely new design. Our idea was to streamline the workflow as much as possible, so we have merged the APC-R, the APC-R gimbal adapter and the middle tally into one single compact product that connects directly to your DJI gimbal, reducing the number of cables and saving you time on set. It is compatible with different sizes of gimbals, so you could either attach it to a compact setup like the Micro Studio G2 mounted on a small DJI RS4 gimbal, or on a more advanced setup like a Studio 6K Pro or a Pixis with a bigger lens on a DJI RS4 Pro. We have also replaced the micro USB port with a more common and robust USB-C port, which can also power the APC-R Mini. The built-in tally lets you quickly see if your camera is on air or in preview, and just like the APC-R Mini also works with middle control software, supporting up to 8 gimbals and cameras. You have multiple control options, a bit-focused companion if you have a Stream Deck, USB gaming joysticks with customizable access and button mapping, or the middle remote, a custom controller with precise pan, tilt, roll and zoom adjustment, as well as focus, iris, ISO, white balance and other camera-related settings. So while this device will allow very precise control of a gimbal and camera, the APC-R Mini isn't just for remote gimbal operation. With its internal Wi-Fi and Bluetooth chip, it can also serve as a remote controller and tally for any Blackmagic design camera with a Bluetooth chip. Simply connect the APC-R Mini to your camera's USB-C port, pair it via Bluetooth, connect middle control to your item, and then you have a tiny tally and wireless camera controller in one ultra-compact form that connects to your local Wi-Fi network. We've worked super hard to shrink all the technology we put in the APC-R into this much smaller form factor to provide you with an even better experience for your live production, and we really hope you like this new update. Now that we've been through the new features, let's see how you can get started with the device. So first, connect the APC-R Mini to your gimbal using the 2 screws. Power on your gimbal, the LED will blink yellow. And now connect the APC-R Mini to the router to which your computer is also connected. As soon as the APC-R Mini is connected to a wired network, the LED will turn solid yellow. Now start middle control and you should see the APC-R Mini pop up here. The LED will also turn solid green as soon as the APC-R Mini is connected to middle control. From there, you can click on it to check a few settings here and there, and then you can see here the camera number, it's 1 in this case. You can also click on the arrows in the software on the gimbal page and the gimbal will start moving. Now, you connect a USB joystick to your computer and then you can start mapping the axis and buttons of your joystick in the gimbal page. Once you've done that, select camera 1, move your joystick, and you are now fully controlling your gimbal. If you also want to control your camera, you can. For now, we only support Blackmagic cameras, but we are currently looking into adding some Sony cameras, so stay tuned for future updates. If you have a Blackmagic camera, there are 2 options. If your camera does not have a Bluetooth chip, like the Micro Studio G2, you can connect middle control to your ATEM that will then control your camera. For example, the Micro Studio G2 can be controlled by the ATEM using its SDI input port. So once you have proper control of your camera with ATEM software, you can just connect our middle control app to the ATEM in its preference menu, and then you will be able to control all the camera related settings and map them to your joystick this way. For this to work, it's important to make sure that your ID set in the camera matches the camera number set in middle control and the ATEM. If your camera is more of a cinema camera and has a Bluetooth chip like the Blackmagic Pocket cameras or the Pixis, you can pair it to the APC-R using the Middle Setup iOS app on iPhone, iPad or MacBooks running Apple Silicon chip. Then the APC-R will forward camera control commands to the camera using Bluetooth. To do so, bring the camera as close as possible to the APC-R Mini, turn the Bluetooth on your Apple device, turn it on in the camera menu, and then select your camera, click pair, and then enter the pairing code, and the APC-R Mini will pair to this camera. Once you have control over the camera, you can continue mapping all the settings, etc. If you are connected to an ATEM, you can also save and recall presets just as the regular APC-R. This is it for the introduction to the APC-R Mini. If you have any trouble setting up the system, feel free to leave a comment here or send us an email to hello@middlethings.co and we'll be happy to assist you. We would love to know what you think, so please feel free to let us know in the comments. Thanks and see you soon.